Jeez. Oh, jeez. Fuck. Jeez. Shit. Jeez. Let me just make sure it's going through here. There we go. I was about to say any moment now. Any moment now. There we go. Welcome back to another fantastic episode. Let's check the time. It is 10. Oops. 27 a.m. Pretty sure that's just me, but welcome. It's good to collect data. Should be ready by the next time. But okay. I don't even remember what we've done. So
this is the story
just
of a man named
doing
Stanley.
Again.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Something was
Shocked,
clearly wrong.
Frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, it's been so long.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Excuse me. No, we don't want the bucket. I'm not taking the bucket this time. Excuse me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh yeah, where is this one? Let's go find this one. Oh, it's the executive bathroom. It's so dumb. Good luck.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
It's so weird that the broom... I can't remember what the broom
Coming
closet
to a
had.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There we go, executive bathroom.
And there it is.
There we go.
The last Stiggly Wiggly. So at this
Stiggly
moment, Stanley,
Wiggly.
this is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where
Excuse
so
me.
many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
That's funny. Have to just pick one. Oh, interesting. So you could have gone back down. Huh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
By sheer luck.
He stepped into the newly
Amazing.
opened passageway.
What the fuck? Just got super stuck there.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Huh. No way. I'm gonna
Stanley walked straight
look
ahead
at
through
these
the
things
large
in a
door
second.
that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe. She just went to escape.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Huh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Off. Off. Off with her head. I think we've done that one before.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Yeah, this is the gate.
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
And never returned home.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So I think we got most of these endings anyways. So it was door, close. Guess we can't. This is a reluctant ending.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I
Wait,
have
what?
to put a pause on things. It's just, it's those figurines. Those figlets. I haven't stopped thinking about them since
The
you nabbed every
figurines!
last
The
one.
fucking
Wasn't it
figurines!
just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
God damn
I
it.
would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
The
Just
fucking
one more time.
figurines. The figurines. Ah, the memory zone. When Stanley found the like the most. The memory zone. Hi, Dobie. Damn. 2013. Still crazy. Good times. Bunk.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7. We'll never be innocent like that again, Stanley.
And here was a second Stanley.
8.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue
Let
to
alone
surprise me in all
6.
sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Warehouse.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm
You
glad
had
these
3 of
moments are so
them.
crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Third time doing anything.
Let's see, what came
Goofy.
next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
So it must have happened.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Oh, you did? Oh, Jesus Christ. You found it by the narrator. That's not it. Oh, I guess you're right. That was where it was. And the other one was literally in the bathroom. So fucking goofy.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent
Takes
a
you
lot of
back,
time
doesn't it?
making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
The last one in the bathroom.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the boss's bathroom. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're
Yes.
all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future.
That's fun.
Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen.
Of course
Isn't
not,
there
of
some way
course
we
not.
can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
What if I don't want to?
Okay, yes, the boss's bathroom. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
I want more.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, I love that video.
I love that video.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Good room. A solid room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
The temptation. No, there's nothing down here. Okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Keep going. Get the last one. Keep going.
This is it. The very first one we
First
found
one.
in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep
want
going.
more.
What
I
else
want
is there?
more.
What came before this?
Can you find them?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want
Excuse me.
more. More memories.
More memories. Can we jump? No jump. Fuck.
Oh, yes, the two doors.
The
Who could
two
have forgotten
doors!
that
The
classic
two
memory
doors! What a classic! Oh, weird.
And before everything else, there was your
My
office.
desk, my office. My
Is there anything
office.
else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
The story. The story came before.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he
Bless
collected
you.
figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps
Was
that's
I
it. Perhaps I
lonely?
needed to imagine I had companionship. And
Interesting.
Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley. Goofy. The end is never the end, is the never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh. Yeah.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
I don't know
What
if
if a
we
crucial outcome
have
fell
done
under
this
his
ending.
responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
The reluctant
This
ending.
couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Supposedly there's supposed to be a window over here that you can climb out. It doesn't seem so anymore. Huh.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, well. That sucks, but no worries.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Excuse me.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, death, okay. Huh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Who is she? I'm so kind of confused, actually, with this one. So in that case... Huh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Oh.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay, another video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
A what? A back, sack, and crack?
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Excuse me.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We
The
just
hell
need to
is
get you
going
home
on?
as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
What caused death? Weird. So like, yeah, like everything's tucked off. Okay. I assume they're gonna bring me straight back to my desk. It's like, here you go, buddy.
Almost there.
Go
You'll
home.
take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
My bad. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so you can't do anything with it. Nah, that's too bad. So you have to go down this like specific route. Oh shit!
I can't believe after
ruined.
everything we talked about that my story.
So maybe so.
Why? For what?
What
did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
I have to shut it down, boys. Gotta shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Doesn't seem good.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Now look where we are.
It's another one of those funny endings, okay.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So what happens if we do left or right again?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as
okay,
would.
I get you, game. Okay. Thank you for not
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Not
just
torturing
follow my
me.
lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Not punishing me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person
Excuse
here
me,
either.
jeez.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
They like lock this shit off, so it's like you can't even sidetrack. No sidetracking allowed. Oh, weird. The boss's office is
Inside his
different.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Huh.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay
This one
all
is
the
definitely
answers to his
different.
questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver. Right
Night
there
Shark
on the wall.
115. Night Shark 115. I'm saying it. Trying.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
let me-
is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the
I'm
code
trying,
into the
I'm trying, I'm
receiver.
trying, I'm
Otherwise,
trying.
we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. I'm like, does it need it? But I don't think it can hear me out loud.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means
I
to take a
tried.
story seriously.
I tried.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello?
Stanley?
Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening
Ultra
to
Deluxe,
me?
okay.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Stanley?
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand?
Stanley?
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You
Don't
cannot be
step on
wrong
him.
here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I
There we
simply
go.
need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Oh no, man. Oh
Do
no.
something.
He's
Anything.
dead.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need
Excuse me.
this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Take as much time as you need. Interesting. Welcome, welcome.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I would like to see that with Bucket. That
When
ending
Stanley
with
came
Bucket.
to a
but
set of 2 open doors, he entered the
In a
door on
minute.
his left.
in a minute. I want to see this disco ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
The reason I keep on muting myself is because I'm taking a sip of fucking Red Bull. Shit falling apart. No, I think I always
Stanley walked
that.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So I think what it says you're supposed to do for the disco is back to press. So it seems like back to press first light bulb button after waiting for the doors to open again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't think I did that right. I'm not interested.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he... the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
To the cargo lift.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
What dark room? This dark room? It's a dark room, man. Weird. Okay, I guess this is a dark room, yeah.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was
The
joking.
bucket's orders?
Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work?
Another one of these videos.
Last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Yes.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now. Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back. I can feel it. This time,
what a weird
I'm
little
really
video.
going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches.
Like, what the fuck?
Bucket, you'll say, how ridiculous. How
Talking
absurd.
bucket,
What a
you say, how
hilarious
absurd.
concept. The king of
Hilarious
comedy. That's what
concept.
you'll call me.
King of comedy.
The instructional
Oh.
video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, the bucket spoke. He spoke of a future, of a pie, of a poo, of a bean, of a pie, of a goo. The bucket is spooking the spook of the bucket of the bucket. My neck just started fucking really hurting. Oh, man, that was a move.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
On the left. Oh.
What?
Oh.
We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing is completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Is it the same kind of thing again? Yeah.
What? We're back at the phone already?
This is just gonna make me re-listen to it. Yeah, okay. Nice.
Here we go.
It knows.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
You proud of yourself? Oh, no. Not again. Not again.
It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
Pale in comparison.
I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale...
Pale.
To describe a bucket.
Pale.
This bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar.
So metal.
No. Getting away from making
Goofy ass.
Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point. I'm no good at these.
I'm no good at these.
I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
More instructional videos. What's happened there? Loading. More instructional videos. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Oh, excuse me. God, the burpees.
The meeting room. Yes, that's
I think
where
we're pretty
everyone
much
would be.
done here.
Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room.
How'd you
and
get
from
the
then on,
escape
he would
pod?
never be alone ever again.
What? So you walk backwards. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna do this escape pod ending, because I want to see what that is.
When Stanley came
But
to a set of
supposedly you
2
just
open
walk
doors,
backwards.
he entered the door on his left.
And that should.
Yet there was not a single
Which I
person
think
here either.
I think it
Feeling
said
a
that,
wave
but
of
I just kind of
disbelief,
didn't.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
But now I kind of want to see what how we get the disco, secret disco ending. To his boss's office.
The moment...
Ditched him. Weird. Okay. Assume just go this way. It's so strange. Okay. Did I even go the right way? Slash, did I do it right? Balloons. Oh, hello. You are now leaving. Floor 760, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck? What a crazy little area. Definitely, like, spooky. Like, it's like, oh. The fuck are we? So what, you just gotta climb these stairs? It's a 760. It's all that walking. Hello? Like, what the fuck? Why didn't you show that in the first place? Goofy. Weird that there's no narrator for that one. Okay, so...
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better
better man.
In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still
Good old Yield Stanley parable
Stanley needed the
times.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps
More
his
than
boss's
ever.
office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, so with the bucket, it doesn't have the... Oh, there we go. Okay. I got confused there for a second. Assume it's somewhat the same, though. But yeah, like, no difference. Just we have bucket this time. Is that what's up? Because it's kind of dumb, if so. Then yeah, you gotta walk all the way. Well, that's kind of dumb. If that's what's up. I feel like if you have the bucket, you should at least get a skip. Like it should skip through it. Like, so then it's like, well, at least the upside is, even though you're redoing it, you're redoing it quickly to get it over with, because it's kind of dumb that it's like completely the same. Completely the same, no difference, no nothing. I'm assuming it's completely the same. There's literally no difference, but we'll see in like a second here. It's kind of a bummer. Especially just wasting my time doing this shit. Weird. Why is that like our office? Okay, so oh, it is different. Oh my god, it is different. It's okay, Bucket. It's okay. Oh, Bucket. I love you so much. Oh, yeah. Be gone, Bucket. Be gone. Be gone. R.I.P. Bucket. Be gone. That's so goofy. Okay, so there's a little disco ending that I want. Okay. Weird.
A
Take it
soft
out, take
wind
it.
blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after.
Oh, Bucket's
Stanley
gone.
hoped that he would one day see weather.
Oh. That's kind of funny. Is it because we let Bucket escape? No Bucket, no Bucket, no Bucket. No fucking Bucket. God, that's actually kind of funny.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
There we go. I was
Stanley,
close.
yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh, oh, oh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh. What? Why did it go dark? Hello? What? What just happened?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Weird. What just happened? That was strange.
The
Like,
lights rose on an enormous room
I
packed
was
with television screens.
super confused there.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Like, you could see with
Did he
me,
have
like,
the
doing
strength
something
to
like that,
find out?
sure, like, whatever happened there, but I don't know what just happened there. That was weird.
Now the monitors.
I thought I was hallucinating the whole time, but
each bore the number of an
I
employee.
don't think so.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom meant nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was
All
this the
this
only
time?
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I think you're supposed to click this one again. Cool. I love it. Okay, we're definitely getting copyrighted for that, but I think we are done. I'm gonna say I'm pretty
All
much
of his
calling it
co-workers were
here.
gone.
If anything,
What
the
did it
only thing I
mean?
want to see if
Stanley
is the
decided to
bucket's
go to the
back,
meeting
and
room.
then
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
replacement bucket. Oh.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh, that's funny.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
It's a lot of
Stepping
waiting.
into the manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it
By
the
sheer luck,
bucket
huh?
all along?
I wonder.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes, the bucket was guiding him. Yes. Alright, we'll be pretty much done here in a second, honestly. Oh, it's already almost 12.
The
That's
elevator
crazy.
raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him,
Soothing
reassuring
him,
that in this
comforting
darkest
him.
moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. Give me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind
Control.
Facility.
So I'm wondering though, like in that
Lights
case,
rose
will
on
they
an enormous
acknowledge
room packed
the
with television screens? What horrible secret did this place hold?
bucket
Stanley and the
situation?
bucket both wondered to
I'm
themselves.
fingers crossed, because that would be fun. I do enjoy how they mess with like the bucket. It's just kind of a fun little
Monitors jumped to
thing.
life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Monitor.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very
No.
nearly burst into tears as Stanley
Very-
cradled it
very
gently,
nearly burst
reassuring
into
it
tears.
that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
No, it
What
could
kinds of
have.
things does a
It
bucket
couldn't
want to
be.
do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Let me just sit here for a good minute. And then there we go. Now we run back here. I was actually accidentally crouching because I have my one hand on my phone doing stuff. Alright, let's see here. Is it the same thing, I would assume? Yeah. Too worried. No worries. Yeah. 2014, I love that. Never go secret. Ah, it's funny. too. Well, that was fun. That was good. I feel satisfied with this. I feel like we have done pretty much all we can really in Stanley Parable. I think I honestly think it's a good game. I think it could be better. Not saying that like, in the time and the portion, it was a bad game or anything like that. I just think it could have been like like someone could go from here and build on to this concept, and I'm just kind of confused on why we haven't really gotten too many more games like this. Like I feel Ludo in a way, but also at the same time, like it would have been cool if Ludo was more Stanley Parable. But all the same, I do like what Ludo was. I just think Stanley Parable could be so much more. And slash, I think a lot of these linear story games that wanted you your choices matter could take a lot from this, from Stanley Parable, and just the fact of like, oh well, if you do this one thing, completely changes the story. Um, that being said, I do appreciate the ultimate deluxe edition of Stanley Parable, where it adds the bucket and just kind of adds more to the whole kind of game in total. I don't think it's like, the end all be all. I don't think it's like a high 8 or anything like that. I think it definitely sits on the 7 or a 7 scale, a 7 out of 10, where it's like it is a good game. This by far a good game. Like, I don't don't really see like someone like saying like, "Oh, you want to play Stanley Parable?" And I'd be like, well, no, not really. I mean, but also at the same time, like I think there could be like it could be better. Though I'm looking for is it a 6? Siren's Rest was a 6. We put that one as a 6. Honestly, I would say it sits kind of like right in between, like I would say like Lost Planet Colonies and Katamari Damacy Reroll. I think it's a good 7/10. It's even though it's the bottom of a 7/10, like 7 out of 10, I think it's still a really good fucking game. I mean, honestly, I might give it a bit more of an increase, and I would see, because it's hard, because it's like it's good, but also again there could be a lot more to it. So I think that's where my big disconnect is, because like we got, like, for instance, Ludo and Goodnight Universe, and I thought both were fucking fantastic. So, and Journey was really good too, and that's like a story, like a artistic story game. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's because again, it's a good game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good fucking game, but it's not end all be all. I'd say yeah, Lost Planets, in between Lost Planet Colonies and Katamari. But as always, y'all have a good one, and we will see you next time.